I just got back from a 4-day trip with a few friends up to Burlington, Vermont, where we spent a couple of days riding the great roads of New York and northern Vermont. The footage in this video is from one of the great roads we traveled, Vermont Route 125. This ride is a beautiful stretch of tarmac, not too technical, just a lot of nice sweeping bends and great scenery. We stopped to let a truck hauling cars get ahead of us. I walked down to a small river that flowed nearby, and a song from my childhood years of the 1970s popped into my head. Signs, signs, everywhere a sign, blocking out the scenery, breaking my mind. Do this, don't do that, can't you read the signs? This one-hit wonder was released in 1970 by the Canadian rock group the Five-Man Electric Band, written by the singer Les Emerson. The genesis of the song occurred when Emerson took a trip along Route 66, finding not only the neon variety of motel and restaurant signs, but also those warning about trespassing, being one of the long-haired freaky people, not wearing the proper clothing, as well as an invitation to worship at a local church. In short, Signs was a commentary on our intolerance and desire to control each other. Emerson lamented that the natural beauty along Route 66 was obscured by all of these signs. Not only was this a theme that resonated in the 1970s, but the band Tesla would cover it 20 years later in 1990. Both versions are still played on classic rock stations today. Ironically though, today we travel what is left of the original Route 66 in search of the same signs that Emerson decried some 55 years ago. But this time, we see them as romantic relics of the distant past. Leading from this protest song of the 1970s, another song that crossed my mind while traveling is the classic One Tin Soldier that became the theme song for the movie Billy Jack. Interestingly, this song was again written by the Canadian band Original Cast and first recorded in 1969. Then in 1971, the cover version by the band Coven went to number 26 on the Billboard Top 100 with its association to Billy Jack. One Tin Soldier tells a story of the mountain people that, according to legend, have a great treasure buried beneath a large stone. The valley people, of course, want this treasure and go about killing their mountain neighbors in an effort to obtain it. The chorus goes like this. Go ahead and hate your neighbor, go ahead and cheat a friend. Do it in the name of heaven, you can justify it in the end. There won't be any trumpets blowing come the judgment day. On the bloody morning after, one tin soldier rides away. This song was, of course, a product of the turbulent 60s and 70s during which we were fighting the Vietnam War and fighting for civil and equal rights. Again, the lyrics speak to the distrust and intolerance we humans seem to have for each other. One Tin Soldier paints a bleak picture where fighting and hate leads to more fighting and hate, a cycle that we just can't help from repeating over and over. And one final song that I recently heard for the first time. This one is a modern tome from Dave Matthews called Peace on Earth or Kill the Monster First. Here is one verse that got to me. I know you want peace on Earth, but we gotta kill the monster first. The monster is a doctor, the monster is a nurse, the monster is the gambling man just trying to break the curse. The monster is a baby, baby don't be fooled. The monster is your teacher trying to teach you the golden rule. I know you want peace on Earth, but we got to kill the monster first. Doesn't this song speak to where we are as a society today? Life would be so much better if we could just get rid of those vile, ignorant, hateful people who call me names. Wouldn't life be so much better if we could just get rid of all the monsters? All of these songs illustrate that distrust of each other is nothing new. It existed in the 1960s and 70s and long before. However, here in the United States, we do have a tradition of supporting unpopular speech. In fact, at least in the past, we have protected it, because we have understood how important the right of self-determination and personal liberty is to maintaining a free society. I think Thomas Jefferson said it best. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men, and I'm going to add all people, are created equal, that they are endowed by the Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. These words have been one of the building blocks of my personal values since I was in grade school. Tolerance of dissenting views was a basic principle of our core American values, but now it seems to have changed. In today's world, canceling my views is an outrage, but crushing the voice of those who disagree with me is something to be cheered. Sitting in my backyard writing these words, I am surrounded by blue sky and trees that are hundreds of years old. I have a home, 2 motorcycles, 2 automobiles, a big screen TV, and a body that is still working pretty damn well. When I think about all of these blessings, it is hard to understand what we have to fight about, but we always manage to make something up. I guess it is human nature to erect signs, hate our neighbors, and want to kill the monsters. But it doesn't have to be that way. And yes, I know it's all woke bullshit, but all it really takes is a shift in perspective. We have much more in common than we do that separates us. But that doesn't get you YouTube views, Nielsen ratings, and it certainly won't get you elected. Regardless of where the greater culture goes, I'm going to stick with my core values and keep trying to be kind, although I admit it is getting harder. As always, keep squeezing that lemon.